Okay, this assignment, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So in this question, I have written the code and
Okay.
written one test bench. That is, I have given some test values.
Okay.
So I don't know some confusion regarding how to implement these test cases. For if you have 4 test cases, whether I have to include in test bench or in, as a separate module.
During runtime, you have to decide which one you are going to. Okay. So first, tell me how you are able to generate these values. Input 1 is greater than 20 and input B is less than 100.
Now, initially, I have designed a 2-bit adder and given some random values. Then I have verified the output.
No, actually, here is the thing is that, okay, I have a design that will, okay, here is my design. I don't have to do anything in the design. Okay, but in the test bench, there are scenarios that in the test bench, you have to check your design with these values. So your main aim is that in the test bench, you have to generate these values.
Okay.
Like, okay, so let me ask you the simple, okay, I have one variable A, okay, just module, test, is 7 down to 0, A, comma B. Now I want that this A and B value I'll be generating such that my A is greater than 20 and my B should be less than 200. So how can I generate these values? If I am simple writing $random, it will be generating some random values, right?
Okay.
Okay, so my first question, are you able to generate this one?
And by using for loop, we can generate, no?
Okay, tell me how.
First of all, we will initialize I equal to 20.
So, but these values will not be random. Okay, you can generate like for I equal to 0, I less than, okay, I greater than 20, no, I less than 200, I is not equal to 0. Let I am generating for B. So, B means if A is greater than 20, so I value I will be initializing to 20. I is less than 200 or 500, anything you can get. I equal to I plus 1. Begin.
Yeah.
A equal to I. So, okay, it will be generating the A value, no problem. But I have to generate it in a random manner. Okay, so here there is a formula. Remember that whenever you're generating any value, that value we simply write $random. $random means it will generate simple random values. Remember 32-bit signed values means negative values it can generate. Okay, so if I am writing A equal to minimum number plus $random percentile maximum minus minimum number, then it will generate a number. So it will generate a number that is greater than equal to minimum and less than maximum. If you want less than equal to maximum, then here you have to add plus 1. So how does this work? Let I am writing A equal to minimum number is 20 plus $random percentile minimum minus maximum 200 minus 20 is equal to 180. So how does it work? So this question, if I am dividing anything by 180, then what will be my remainder? Tell me, if I am dividing anything by 5, remainder will be 0 to 4. If I am dividing anything by 10, remainder will be 0 to 9. So if I am dividing anything by 180, then remainder will be 0 to 179. Now I am adding 20 here. So A value will be equal to 20 to 199. That is, it may be equal to or greater than minimum, but it will be less than maximum. If you want that it should be less than equal to maximum, then here add 1 here plus 1. So this formula all of you understood?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so now the question is why I have written $random like this. not simple like this. So here, whatever the value generated, that is a negative value. If I'm doing some addition with negative values, then I may not get this range. So I want that this should be a sign, not a signed value, should be unsigned, means a positive value. So that in the remainder also I should get a positive value. So if you want that it should give only positive value, then write like this. You can write like this, or you can write dollar unsigned dollar random. So it will also give you unsigned value. This one will give you signed value and this one will give you unsigned value. Understood? So like this, you have to generate all the 5 conditions that I have mentioned here. That in that manner only I have mentioned. So first, then okay, yeah. So 5 conditions. Okay, so here there is a question that A should be only odd and B should be even. So I can simply write A equal to dollar random, comma 1 tick bit 1. So what does this mean? For my first to end MSB can be any random number, but my LSB is 1. So if LSB equal to 1, that means that number is a odd. LSB equal to 0 means that number is a even. So if I want a even number, I would be writing dollar random. This is a concatenation operator. So it will concat 1 to the LSB. So any number you generate, 1 is in the LSB means it will be odd. Similarly, 0 in LSB means it will be even. Okay, so like this, first generate 5 conditions. Then my question is, I have to control it during simulation time. If you are writing, sorry, during run time. Okay, so whatever the things you are writing, okay, you have to write inside a task. So here see, let our task test 1 A equal to dollar random. I'm just taking 2 tasks. Okay, how I can control from here? Dollar random percentile 180, where it is 20 plus B equal to 200 plus dollar random. So if it is a 8-bit, what should be the maximum value? 526. Okay. 526. So here I will be dividing percentile. It should be greater than 200, right? So 526 minus 200, it is like 326. Okay. So here I can write dollar display A equal to percentile B equal to, okay, percentile D also I can write, not a problem. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of this percentile 0D? I can write percentile D or I can write percentile 0D. So what is the difference between them?
When we write percentile 0D, all the MSB that are not in use, that will be truncated.
Exactly. If I'm writing simple percentile D, it will take 32-bit to display. Okay, so even if it is just a 8-bit, but still it will display in this manner, like it will take space of 32-bit. If I'm writing percentile 0D, so how much bit it is required? It will take that much only. So here I will be like writing in different manner, so with that you can understand. So here A, it is an odd number. B, it is a even number. So here I can write test 1 Here I can write test2. So there is some like system task known as $test plus arguments. Okay, do anyone know about this system task? Hello.
No, ma'am. Please explain.
Okay, so through this only, here what will happen? Here I can give any string values. Okay, so whatever the string values I have given, if that same command I am passing through in run command, then it is going to call that task. Okay, see how am I writing? So here initial begin. Have I missed any comma or anything anywhere? Okay, I can check it when I'll be checking the syntax. Okay, so initial begin $test if $test plus arguments test1, then random 20 times, random, it is repeat 20 times test1. So this means if I am defining a string, test1 in the run argument, then this system task will return 1. So that my test1 means this task will be called 20 times. If I am writing test2 here, yes.
Verilog is case sensitive, right?
Yes. See, this one is different. This one, it is the task name. That's why I have given different name so that you won't get confused. Okay. This one is the task name. So if this condition is satisfied, then it is going to run this command, this statement. So this statement means test1 will be called for 20 times. Now, how can this condition be satisfied? If I am passing one string through the run command, you will see. Just wait 1 minute. Okay, so if else $display no test case, then end model. Okay, so what it is given? No test case. Why? Because see, this is my run command. I have not passed anything through my run command, right? So it is giving me no test case has given. Now here I'll be writing plus test1. Now see, test1 it is called, right? This thing, how practically we do it, see, for this tool, this is the command. Now I will be designing a run.do file where I'll be writing this command. Okay, here actually due to this, I'm not able to add run.do file. There is not plus options coming. Actually here what will happen? You have to write one file. That file name should be .do extension. Okay. Now this command you have to write there. So this is work mapping library, and this is for the vlog is for the compilation. Then vsim it is for the run command. This one is your run command. Okay.